lucky enough to work in this world of movies, and I think we forget sometimes that the average person doesn't get to see as many movies as the people at this table do. So what can the movie industry do to kind of get more people to the movies, John?
Yeah, I mean, the movie theater industry has had a problem last couple of years. That while box office returns get bigger and bigger, that's partly due, in fact, to the higher ticket prices and new formats and things like that. And the movie industry has done a very good job of, over the past decade or so, of, updating screens, better picture, better sound. They've been doing a lot of that in the last 10 years, so that's good. But still, not enough people are going to the movies. I mean, a whole bunch do. I think this year it's going to be like a $10 billion year for the movie industry, which is nuts. So, I mean, it's been a very good year, but I still think more people need to go to theaters. And the movie theaters themselves have to ask themselves a question: what can we do to bring more people in? I think it's, once again, no single magic bullet, but there are a couple things you need to do. Number one, I think you have to have more creative, not stronger, but more creative enforcement of movie theater etiquette rules. I really like, there's a theater in town called the ArcLight in Hollywood. And I don't know if they still do it, but I know for a long time what they would do is, instead of putting up a message saying with some dancing phone going, "Hey guys, don't talk on me during the movie," like instead of doing that, they'd actually have an usher come in before the movie would start, stand at the front and say, "Hey everybody, thanks for coming to ArcLight tonight. Hey guys, we're just really asking you, please stay off your cell phones and please don't talk during the movie and disrupt the enjoyment of..."
They still do. I was there last week. They do it every show.
When there's a real human being out front that comes out and does that, I got to say for myself personally, except for maybe once somebody accidentally forgot to turn their phone off and their phone rang, for the most part, I've always had very good, other audience members' experiences at ArcLight.
It's one of the greatest places to go if it bothers you that people talk or use their phone during a movie. If you go to ArcLight, that never happens. Yeah, because there's an usher standing there the entire movie.
Yeah, and just the fact that they have a real human being coming out and doing that. And the other thing I'll say is this: while I still firmly believe that movies aren't that expensive. Like I went to what was it? Chili's. I went to Chili's the other day.
Good man.
And I do enjoy. Enjoy a good.
I don't care about
Chili's.
the C rating. Okay, it's delicious.
C stands for champion. So I went in there.
Check your colon.
And I spent.
Oh my gosh.
See, so I spent more money on a quick half-hour meal that I had there than I would have on a movie ticket. So it's not that expensive. However, and I also get why concession stands are expensive, because that's the only place the movie, that's how the theaters keep their lights on, is by I get it. But all that being said, the movie theater industry has to figure out a way to stem the tide of rising ticket prices. They've got to get the ticket prices under control a little bit before they do spiral out of control. And they can't just do it because there's profit margins for the studios and everything. I think it's a huge systemic problem that goes all the way back to how much is Hollywood spending on making a particular movie, therefore necessitating that movie theaters charge higher and higher prices for them to get their money back. It's got to be a holistic approach from both the studio side and the movie theater side to say, look, it's getting too expensive for people at some point here to go to the movies. Let's bring the prices down a little bit and let's figure out how to do that together. I think those are the two keys. I don't know, Schnepp, what do you think?
You know what? I mean, you're right, but I think if there's a way to institute some kind of thing like Mondays, every movie's $5 and it's across the board, across all the different like Regal, AMC, everybody, all the theater chains agree. Monday night, every movie's $5. You're going to see the increase in movies go up on Monday night.
Oh, the Mondays will be packed.
Tuesday, you could do a double feature. You could pick 2 movies and it's the same price. The price of one, 2 for the price of one. That is the way that I think you start to get people to, number one, go to see movies on a Monday or a Tuesday or a Wednesday. You make special events. And remember, going to a movie theater is like going out to a bar or going out to a restaurant. It's a community event. You're sitting with a bunch of other people in the dark watching a movie. It's not like you're at your house and you pause it and go get a sandwich or use a bathroom or take a break. It's a totally different environment, totally different experience. I think movie theaters need to let the audiences remind them about that it is a community experience and it's an event. and it's something to go have fun. It's like, of course, you don't want to have people talking, using their phone, but once again, it's like, don't be sitting there quiet. If it's a comedy, everybody should be laughing. If it's a funny film, that's the kind of thing that's what the great thing about going to see a movie with a bunch of other people is. It's a community event. Get that activity back in the minds of people, where they'll just like, I'll wait for it for Netflix. No, you don't want to wait for it for Netflix. You can see those 2 movies for the price of 1, or you can see 4 movies for $20 if you go on Monday. So I think you have to initiate these kinds of things to get people to want to go back to the theaters. Everyone's going to keep going to see movies on Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. But I'm saying, like, how do you get more people to enjoy that theater going experience? You have to do that.
I think you have to clone both Terry Crews and Kevin Nash and put them in the aisles and say, just get off your phone. But no, I think that you're right. I think that by movie theaters doing like these contests and, like special events and making it a fun place to go, and you can see a movie for cheaper on a particular night, and if you catch this, you might be able to do this, or maybe there's more bigger screen. One of the things I loved, again, what the ArcLight did was when they showed Empire Strikes Back with Kirshner. They showed he did like a Q&A beforehand, like, and that's just an example of like a special event, and like they do more special events at theaters, and not everybody's gonna be flying around we're in Los Angeles obviously, but there's more things you can do to try to make it more of a fun time, because like you're saying, that you pick and choose. Not everybody's in our business. They don't all have to see movies. They pick what their hard-earned money is going to go towards, and they say, well, I know this movie's coming out then. That's the one I'm going to take my family to. But if I could take my family to a cheaper movie, or if I can do something fun with them, or there's some kind of experience that it would be, remember, it's called the theater. It's the theater. And back when that first started, it was the event. People were going all the time, because it was like going to it was the substitute for like the opera and going to Broadway, and that's what it was. And now it's just kind of become you go spend $25 on one movie, and it's like, whoa, take it easy. There's only so many I can do. So I think that give it more of an experience.
You remember the original Annie, when they all got dressed up and they did a whole song and dance? You know why? Because they were going to the movies.
Right,
they were so jacked to go to the movies, and now you just have slobs like me that just roll out of bed and just sit there. I had this animal 2 rows in front of me, and he sat
right
down.
Here. I'm right here.
No, you were sitting next to me, and I told you about it afterwards. Is this guy? This is a press screening. This guy, he sits there.
I remember this.
Not only
ride along.
Yeah, this dude. No, not that guy. That guy was narrating the movie. He was commenting. He was Joe Buck.
That's Kevin Hart.
This dude comes down. This sloth is sitting down there. You know how people put their feet up, and that annoys me anyway, because even if nobody's sitting in front of you, I'm sitting behind you, so I can see your stupid foot doing this while I'm trying to watch the movie. This dude takes his shoe and his sock off.
Oh,
Right there.
No.
That is why you need plainclothes marshals in every theater. Just
Sir,
like they
please
do
put the
here.
sock back on.
See your bunions.
Put the sock back
God.
on, and then put the sneaker back on, and get out of the theater.
The shadow of lint in between. The shadow of toe.
Is that a mouse in your toe?
You talk about checking your colon.
No.
Check your toes next time you go to a movie theater.
Right.
And that's why we're all chirping about ArcLight, because ArcLight does it the best possible
Get arrested, you do that.
way.
They break those toes.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I feel such an amount of stress when I'm going to a normal showing, because again, I have some idiosyncrasies. I don't like to be around people that much anyway. I treated myself to Kung Fu Panda 3 last night, right? And I go there. The 2 things that really pissed me off, one is the kids in the theater. Nothing you can do about that. The other one is that I got myself a reasonably sized popcorn and a Diet Coke, $14. That's just too much money to spend. I know that's how they make their money.
Yeah, it's the problem.
I know that's how they make their money, but they're making too much money then, because that's too much for one poor boy who just wants to eat some popcorn.
But they're not
and drink a
making.
Diet
But they're
Coke.
not making their money off the tickets, though.
I realize that, but I'm
So one thing
spending. I'm spending the
yeah.
money. The other thing you can do is actually all of us could build up more awareness for something like Movie Pass, which is a cool thing you can buy, and it's like $30 a month, $40 a month, depending on where you live.
I canceled my movie pass
because you were high on it. For a minute.
I was high on it because it was $35 a month in LA. Now the average ticket price is about $12, so I use it 3 times. I'm in the black, right? I'm in the black if I use it just 3 times. Then they jacked the price up to $45 a month. It's like, okay, now just to break even, I got to go see 4. And keep in mind that I see a number of films at press screenings that they're free. So now I got to go out and see 4 movies just to break even on it. And I'm in the business, so it's like, that's a little bit too much, and so I had to cease my recommendation of Movie Pass.
Wait, one thing you were talking about earlier about independent films. I know that here in LA, the Sundance 5 that's over on Sunset, they have Tuesdays. I think it's $5 or $6 night. So all the movies are $5.
That's a solid.
I'm pretty
theater,
sure it's
man.
called Shitty Tuesdays, and they play all the terrible movies.
No,
and I do
no,
Shitty
no.
Tuesdays.
It is Showtime Tuesday. But no, seriously, that is how that's how people can go see independent films. They make it like, and I think that should be an across the board thing for all films. And I think even do some kind of thing where you get like popcorn and a drink and the movie for $10. Something like that. Make that kind of a deal like Tuesdays, and I guarantee you,
theaters wouldn't. I mean, sorry,
I'd
not
do that.
theaters. Studios wouldn't go for that because studios would say
on a Tuesday.
Yeah, because studios would be saying you're not giving us money. Like they'll say to the theaters, "Where's our money? Where's our cut?" And the theaters will say, "Well, we only charged $5 for the ticket."
Right.
And the studios say, "Well, tough. Then give us some of your concession money because that's not going to do
Well,
it." For
that's
us.
what I'm saying. They'd have to make that deal.
They got to figure it out.
They'd have to
They
figure
gotta
it
come
out.
up
Studios are
with a
like
way.
Whitey Bulger and Boston. They just walk
be
around
rough.
like, hey, where's my money this
Where's
week?
my cut?
Well, I mean, it has to happen. Like we're talking about, it's gonna,
Break your
movie
legs.
theaters. They have to figure this out to get people to
Yeah, it's
want
got
to
to
go
be theaters
see.
and the studios working together.
Yeah.
They got to come up with a
I
solution.
saw a poor Usher get his legs broken by a studio. He had a Warner Brothers shirt.
Put it down. I'll break your legs.
Hey guys, if you like this clip, click here to watch the entire episode. Also, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel because it'll help you stay up to date with all the stuff we've got going on here at Collider.